Hello everyone, welcome to Angie's Drama Room. I am your meeting host, Angie, where I do drama reviews on all things drama, focusing mainly on Asian dramas. And today is a Korean drama, and it's called Lovely Runner. And this is actually my first impression because right now they are on episode 10, and it is a 16 episode drama, which is standard for Korean dramas. It's a sci-fi time travel romantic drama. The storytelling was very good. And the writer did an excellent job in the time travel phase of it and also the romantic phase of the story. Now, just a brief synopsis. We start with, it opens up in 2009, where our female lead, Im Sol, she got into an accident. At the time, she didn't lose her memory, but she did not remember the accident. So they told her she was in a car accident. And in that time, she lost the ability to walk. So she wasn't able to walk anymore. And so she was very distraught. And she rather had died in the accident than having to endure the fact that she wasn't able to walk. And as a young teenage girl, that could be very devastating for a person. And it could be devastating for a male, but mostly it could be devastating for a young teenager girl. So now here we have it. She is unable to walk, and she is in a hospital. She wants to give up on life. And comes in a rookie idol group called Eclipse. And our male lead comes in, who is the lead singer, Seon Jae. Now, these are the names of the characters, okay? He comes in, so I guess it was one of those variety type of broadcaster radio shows where they ask about, they do like phone calls random people and try to see what their reaction is when they find that their idol group is calling them. So they called her. She's in the hospital. She's already been devastated. She's already been, she's ready to give up on life. So she's through. She's like, why are you calling me? I am literally, what is this? This has nothing. This is irrelevant right now. I cannot walk. Why are you even bothering me with this right now? So the announcer of the radio, she was trying to ease the situation, but however, Seon Jae jumps in and calms her, basically encouraging her to keep moving forward. There's a lot of other words he said. And from their point on, she became the fangirl of this new idol group, Eclipse. Focusing on her bias is Seon Jae, the lead singer of this idol group. So this happened in 2009. Now cut to 2023. She is in the wheelchair. She accepted the fact that she couldn't walk. She's in a wheelchair. We're in 2023. And she is during the wintertime because it's snowing. She goes to one of their concerts. I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was a comeback concert or I'm not quite sure, but she goes to the concert with her best friend during this time, and she goes to the concert. Now, I think a lot of these things were trying to show light on certain situations because she's at the concert and with her best friend, but she gets a phone call to come to an interview. And the interview was for a production company, television production or movie production company, because she always wanted to do TV and movies. And again, she is in her early 30s now, okay? And so when she gets there, she realizes that she was so overwhelmed and her eyes were all wide open and she was so much engrossed into this building. Then she realizes there's a bunch of steps. And again, she's in a wheelchair. And so the producer comes out and greets her. I think he's a producer. I can't remember exactly. Comes out and greets her. And he's like, and then you cut to her leaving the facility. And a narrative comes in the background, voiceover comes in the background saying, we're sorry, but we do have a lot of steps and you can't go up and down the steps, so we won't be able to use you. Now, here in America, we do have the ADA, Association and Disability Act, where they have to be accommodated to people in wheelchairs with disability, and plus you cannot discriminate against people in wheelchairs. So I'm not quite sure if that's something that's going on in Korea. Let me know if you have the same thing. But however, this is what happened. So her opportunity to become in this production company was squashed at that point. So she was devastated. She goes back to the concert. She tries to get back in, but she either loses her ticket or something. I can't remember. Or you can't go in once the concert started. So she couldn't go back in. And so she just waited outside. And I guess on the big Megatron or Tron, she was looking at the concert. And then she realizes that when he sung their debut song, when Seon Jae started singing the debut song, she realizes that it's possible that this was probably going to be his last concert. And then because something happened where her phone got knocked out of her hand, she lost her phone, so she couldn't even call her best friend. Again, she's in a wheelchair. She's an electronic wheelchair. She's in a wheelchair. So she goes, I guess she will try to wheel herself on home. Okay. And it's the bridge of the Han River. Everybody knows, they always talk about the Han River, H-A-N River. They always talk about that river. And it was on the bridge, and her wheelchair dies. She has no phone. Her wheelchair dies. And here comes the manager van where Seon Jae was in, pulls over, goes to her side, and she meets her idol, her bias, sitting right in front of her. And she starts to weep and cry. And so he offered her an umbrella because it's starting to snow. He offers her the umbrella. And from that point on, he was even offer her a ride, but then that's when her friend shows up, and then boom. She gets home, and then a news report happens where hours later, she gets home, Seon Jae is home. Hours later, a news report comes in saying that because of mental illness and depression, Seon Jae has taken his life. She's so devastated. She jumps in her wheelchair. She tries to wheel. I'm not quite sure where she's going. I think she was going to the hospital. I don't know what she was going to do, but she just felt like she had to do something. So she wheels herself and then she loses a watch. I believe Seon Jae gave her a watch, loses a watch into some riverbed, some water bend that's under a bridge or a blind dock or something. I can't remember. I'm not quite sure what you call this. So again, she's in a wheelchair. There's nobody around to help her. She crawls down these stone steps to get to the watch. And at that point on, she's crying, she's weeping. And that's when she first time travels back to 2009. And from that point on, she's tried to decide how now she makes up her mind now and trying to find out a way for him not to become an idol anymore from this group. Because if he doesn't become an idol, then he won't be into any depression or mental illness. And then he will not have to suffer any ridicule from other people's comments. And so that's her mission at this point when she time traveled the first time. So during the time she was in 2009, she was able to time travel back to 2023, realized her fate changed where she was able to walk. But then she did time travel 3 times. And then it was stated that she could only time travel 3 times. Now, I'm not quite sure where that fix was in the whole episode. Why it was 3 times? I wasn't quite sure if that was established, but it was told that the 3rd time was her last time that she can go back in time. So the next time she goes back to the present, it's for good. So she can't change nothing after that. So this was her last time trying to change the fate of herself and Seon Jae. Now, let's get to the romantic part. When in 2009, Seon Jae already liked our female lead. And again, she was his next door neighbor. So they just moved in 2009. They just moved there. She became his next door neighbor, Seon Jae's next door neighbor. But however, she was kind of wrapped in her own little world. She was already fangirling on another idol. And the day she time traveled back was the day before she gave a love letter to her idol. And so now she has this triangle going on now. And so she forgot that she gave this love letter until later realized, oh yeah, that's right. But she's trying to focus now on trying to change the fate of Seon Jae. And hopefully he won't kill himself. So she tries to change his fate and stop him from becoming an idol of Eclipse. However, Seon Jae always liked her. And what happened was a package was delivered to Seon Jae's house instead of hers. She rushes up to Seon Jae thinking, because he had a jacket on and a hat, she thought he was the delivery guy. And if umbrella appears, she has an umbrella, a yellow umbrella. She opens up and she reveals herself. Seon Jae is immersed in her beauty. And from that point on, and it was kind of interesting, from that point on, he was trying to pursue her. Now, this is 2009, so he always liked her. But again, she was wrapped up in her own little world from this time forward. And matter of fact, now I can say it, spoiler alert, Seon Jae was actually the one who saved her life prior to her being in the wheelchair. So he's the one who actually saved her life. So he was at the hospital when she was crying and weeping. And she again, at this time in 2009, she didn't even know who he was. And so he was always watching, trying to protect her. And so that's how it all began for him, where he was the one who saved her life. Then he decided to just basically not be in her presence. Maybe it will not hurt her as much. And then he decided to help his friend out and be part of the lead singer of Eclipse. That's how he became the lead singer of Eclipse. Male lead in here is Byeon Woo Seok. Now, how beautiful and talented our female lead is, I'm telling you, to be truthfully honest, the male lead, Byeon Woo Seok, he, how can I put it? He has the romantic side down pat. He has the beauty. He has the finesse. He has the presence. His presence in here. His acting was unbelievable from when he was a teenager to when he was a adult. He had on-screen presence was amazing. Very tall. It was like his structure was stance. No slouching, even his play trying to pursue the female lead was just like, it was beautiful. That's all I can say. If you like time travel, the writer did a great job on time travel. If you're there for the romantic, I tell you, I would jump right on in for this romantic side. I would give this romantic side a 5 flames, 5 hearts, because it was out of 5. The male lead presence was amazing. Again, this is my first impression from episode 10. I will give my wrap up on episode 16. So now we're just waiting to find out, will she be able to change the total fate of our male lead? And when episode 10 did end, she was able to, we don't know what happened, but they did cut back to 2023. And in 2023, now I can tell you, before episode 10 did end, there was the most romantic speech he gave her. And he basically said, if you're doing this because I feel that you're doing this because you think that I might be dying in future. If you're doing this for me, I'd rather you not avoid me, but I'd rather be with you and accept my fate in 2023. If I'm going to die, I'd rather die with knowing you than dying without you. So yeah. Again, that's my first impression. Tell me what you think. Thank you for all the subscribers. I am new to this drama review. I'm jumping in kind of late. So please tell me what you think. Leave a comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the wrap up when all 16 episodes have aired. Media adjourned.